All right, good morning, guys. I just want to do a quick video in the mornings, just going over the most active movers on Godel and what's trending, any big news that's happening overnight, and how that could potentially affect the markets. Some top themes I'm watching this week and why, and just any other questions that come in the chat or come into the Discord over the course of this video. So, just to start, I always look at the most active stocks from either the morning or the overnight. And I do this just to get an idea of what's moving, what could be a potential theme emerging for this week specifically, and where our focus can and should be for a short-term swing trade if an opportunity presents itself. So first, just scanning like Hive Digital, okay, up 31%. Let's go ahead and see, and like if something's up, super out of the ordinary, I always go and see why. Looks like part of the AI trade. 320 megawatt AI data center. Okay, they're into the data center game. Pretty good looking chart here, actually. But anyways, so yeah, I'll do that. Look at Hive. Looks like data centers could potentially heat back up or be sparked by Hive this morning. So they're gonna be something I'm gonna just keep in my back pocket, keep on watch. Energy TE looks to be strong. Let's see if that was okay. That's Leopold. Small company, sub 2 bill market cap. Earnings a couple days ago. Let's see if I can get clicked on this. Nice. Okay, double beat. So it's got a nice little uptrend. This could be a decent long, but I'm not going to long it just because Leo disclosed the position again. I think you guys saw my tweet earlier, but those are 45 days delayed often at the end of the quarter. So again, like he could have moved and shifted and added and cut all in that 45 days. So it's not something I'm super, interested in terms of waiting. Nokia continues to be strong. This is one that, I keep putting on my watch list on any dips. I think that could be a player in the coming weeks for a potential second wind idea. Ford, some OG stuff. Ford's up pretty nicely. Netflix, Micron. So Micron is kind of my leadership gauge. Memory's been absurdly strong. So watching Micron to see if it continues to lead, and that gives me confidence on the strength and direction of the overall market. Because when leaders are leading, everything else continues to move up and kind of float up, melt up. So Ondas, another sort of speculative name. Like I wouldn't call it super speculative, but good theme, smaller company, good leadership, one that I continue to keep on my watch list. I'd like to see strength over 12 to really get interested. It seems to be kind of chopping around in a $2-3 range, and I just don't want to get stuck in that and have capital allocated over there. Iron, it's looking all right. Iron, NBIS, CoreWeave, all looking pretty good. I think a second wind, bigger wind is going to be coming for that theme pretty soon here, but I'm not going to be super early to that. Rocket Lab, holy jumping, yeah, over 130 now, 5% again on the day. Going to continue to run, I think, into the SpaceX IPO, but we saw the prospectus get dropped, so the IPO is probably gonna drop, or IPO day is probably gonna be within the next 6 months. So it's gonna be looking like something I'm gonna be scaling out of. I'm just gonna wait, until strength subsides a little bit, or we get, a high volume kind of blow off top extension type move, or else this is just gonna keep melting up as long as the catalyst stays intact. So far has been super weak. AST Space Mobile is another one that's lagged Rocket Lab a little bit, but I think it has some room on the upside. I don't see Fly, ticker symbol FLY, on this active movers list, but that's one I'm watching pretty closely this week. And then what's trending on Godel, this platform I'm using. Oil, interesting. This is just like what people are searching for, basically. Poets by, okay. Yeah, so that's, and then just top 10 news for the day. I guess we'll go through quick. The Pakistanis, they're a third-party mediator. They're handling the US, the Iran proposal. It almost feels like that's background noise right now. Like we had the whole Iran situation that's still ongoing, and the market reacted initially, but eventually shrugged it off and continues to shrug it off. So until something meaningful actually comes to fruition, I think that's a little bit of background noise, to be completely honest right now, but we'll keep an eye on that. Let's see, Dominion, $67 billion power deal. electric utility. Yeah, the utilities race could become interesting. It'd be XLU. Curious what that's doing. I feel like it's been weak. Yeah, XLU's been super weak, which is something I'm gonna be watching. Longer time frame looks good. Like, as you can see, it's still, I mean, whatever it's doing in trade, it's still within the trend. And it's sitting right on, is this the 50-day here? No, yeah, 50-day. So that's something to watch in terms of potential entry on utilities. Again, like, I'm gonna wait for kind of a change in character from that weakness into hopefully something a little bit stronger, and then I'd like to get involved on a weakness within that strong trend or that change of character. Crypto venture, like the Trump administration, we're seeing different Trump-linked names running, whether that's Intel, Hut 8 Group. So I still think it's only a matter of time until crypto catches that kind of umph from the Trump narrative. New day in the Fed, gonna be in the background for now. Rare earths, continue to think this is a good spot to add. It's gonna be a little bit choppy and volatile right now, but this is one of those situations where these are going to become rounding error prices, in my opinion. And adding at 22 and pulling back to 20 is going to look pretty minuscule when these are at 40, 50, 60 bucks, whatever that might be, in a year or two. So something I'm continuing to watch. Cybersecurity, I brought up this themes map just to go over the themes for the strongest theme for the last week anyway was obviously cybersecurity. Talked about this in a tweet. It's going to be something I'm watching closely for continuation. I'm almost thinking, initially I was thinking maybe semiconductor rotation, all that money that had chased semis. After the semi kind of blow off top extension, people take profits, they're going to rotate into software. But even more specifically, it seems like the rotation is rotating into cyber. So something I'm watching closely this week is cybersecurity and then space. Space is, I don't, let's see, I just Command F this. I forget where it is on here. But, Space Tech, yeah. So infrastructure, Rocket Lab, RDW, looking good. Data. Yeah, so Space Tech is another, and then solar is the other one. That was super strong, really unusual on Friday, unusual volume. 2 or 3 names up 10% plus on really no news. So cyber, solar, Space Tech are my 3 big themes for short-term swing trades this week if I want to just join strength and see if I can catch 10, 20, 30%. So that's kind of the setup for this week, what I'm watching, what I'm looking for, and I'll keep you guys in the loop. But appreciate you guys. We'll talk soon.